Welcome everybody to the Geelong Arena here for this Round 4 Anzac Day clash between the Geelong Super Cats and the Kilsyth Cobras, making out to be a phenomenal event tonight. Brad White in commentary, and joining me tonight, Greg Vanderjack.
Mate, great to be here. It's the start of this season's been really energetic for the Super Cats. A tough loss in round 1 to the Spectres and on the road to Frankston in round 3. But since then, we've looked really good. A really positive win last week against Eltham at home, and a spirited fight back against the Centre of Excellence on Thursday in Canberra. So really puts us in a good position going into what's been the benchmark team in the league so far in Kilsyth. They're 4-0 and coming in here feeling pretty good and well coached by Justin Schuler. So really looking forward to this matchup. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a great test for the Super Cats team. Just to see where they're positioned against the best in the league at 4-0, the Kilsyth Cobras, as you said, coached by Justin Schuler. He's really brought that Melbourne United mentality as an assistant coach.
Well, that's the mentality, mate. He's brought the team.
Well, hey, look, I didn't want to say.
Let's be honest. Let's not hold back here. But really talented roster. Peter Hawley, Toy Smith, Milner, Chris Patton, Owen Odygy. Where does it start? Where does it finish? The Super Cats have got to really lock in tonight without Captain Nick Awusu, who was out injured again, unfortunately. But DeMarcus Gatlin, AJ Williams, and Lewis Thomas have been fantastic to start the season since AJ's been back, and Big Marlo Hicks is starting to find some form as well. I thought he was really terrific in the second half in Canberra on Thursday. Yeah, no, absolutely agree, Greg, and I think we're really set for something pretty special tonight between these two teams. The Geelong Arena is looking spectacular as always. Crowd starting to fill, and after what was a phenomenal ladies game. Absolutely. Again, two of the benchmark teams in the league in the women's competition. So, great to see some resolve by a really young Super Cats team in the 100%. Ladies. The Cobras roster with veterans like Emily Freiters, Lauren Nicholson, who's the MVP of the league last year. So really to see the Super Cats team grind out a win like that against a quality opposition is pleasing at this time of the year, when we start to go into a period where we're going to have some disruption with Dave Herbert away for national duties, Jazz Shelley and Isabel Bourne with the under-19 Gems, and following that, there's some Opals commitments for some of our big dogs. So, look, it's going to be a challenging period through May and June for the Super Cats ladies, but they've really set their season up nicely with some big wins. The one blemish on their record is a game in Frankston, going down by 1, obviously without Zatina and Ezzy. Hopefully that doesn't bite us at the wrong end of the year. But like I said, we put ourselves in a great position, starting to play good basketball, and this team was always going to take some time to gel and figure each other out with such a new group, such a young group, for Coach Dave Herbert to figure out. No, I totally agree, and I think it's interesting you mentioned that one loss. Whilst it was, they only just fell short. The depth of talent in this entire NBL1 program across all teams, it could come down to that at the end of the season. It could become 1 or 2 losses that make the difference, and then obviously the percentage around that as well. Well, absolutely. That Ezzy Magbagor makes a layup with about 12 seconds to go and puts it to an 11-point split. Yes. When you're looking at the back end of the season, absolutely, two points can be the difference between 4th and 5th, and all of a sudden you're on the road for a playoff game, or you're not getting the second bite of the cherry if you're not in that top 4. So, you've always got to play things out until the final horn. In these kind of leagues and these kind of scenarios where for and against makes all the difference as we get ready for the tip-off in this one. Lewis Thomas and Toy Smith, Milner jumping it up, and Chris Patton, first possession, goes to the Cobras, and we're off all of a sudden. Here we go. And we're into the action, Greg. It's on us now. Kilsyth are just a big athletic beast of a team. Peter Hawley's so intelligent in the pick and roll, and he showed that through the NBL season as well. Not necessarily the most, as Owen Odygy knocks down the corner 3. Not really what he's renowned for. The Super Cats might live with a few of those throughout the night. Odygy shooting 3s, but if he can show him make it, they'll have to make some adjustments through the evening. Well, absolutely. No, look, and that's part of the game, really, isn't it? In game, to make those adjustments against these kind of opposition that are so talented, they can give you a whole lot of different looks. First shot up for the Super Cats. Long distance 3, not connecting here. DeMarcus Gatlin with the steal, and he's out on the break, getting on the rim. DeMarcus with an amazing make. Tough bucket, and This is a bold statement, but DeMarcus Gatlin might be the best open floor player in the NBL1 this season. He is super in the open court, can finish with either hand, finish off 2 feet off 1 foot. He's so dynamic in the open floor, and now that AJ Williams is starting to find his feet in this roster, we're seeing a lot more of DeMarcus in the open court, which is really positive for the Super Cats.
And DeMarcus Gatlin is ultra aggressive, as we see
Toey Smith-Milner
knocking down a 3, but DeMarcus doesn't play the size that he is. He's just ultra aggressive and obviously super athletic. So yeah, up another 3 there from AJ Williams. The Cobras happy to settle into a half-court set.
As Peter Hooley gets on the rim, I think Marlo Hicks has got to do a better job of that pick and roll D there.
Yep.
You know, Hooley's so aggressive coming off that. He's got to buy AJ Williams some time to get back in front, sit down in his stance and be able to keep Hooley out of the paint in this one.
Lewis Thomas going to work on the block. Nice little step through
footwork.
left. That was very Vandy-esque, I'll be honest. I've seen that kind of action before in Townsville.
It finished with a miss, so it's certainly what I carved out, you know, over 10 years in the NBL. It was a lot of misses in the paint, much to the frustration and dismay of my teammates.
$1 million play, 10-cent finish. As we have a deflection there, it'll be Kilsyth ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cobras rushing out to a quick 8-2 lead. See what kind of inbounds I'll come over with. Just a very simple play.
Now the Cobras have opened up 3 of 3 from the 3-point line here, so the Supercats need to make some adjustments. You know, Patton's made 1, Toy Smith-Milner's made 1. Marlo Hicks and Lewis Thomas have got to do a better job of, you know, being able to close out, carry a hand and sit down and contain on those 3-point shooters. Now those guys have, you know, it's out to an 11-2 lead as Lewis Thomas.
Tough shot.
Yeah, that's a tough look for the Supercats and probably not what they're trying to get in the half court.
Look, and the reality is as well, it's not, oh, that's an amazing move. Peter Hooley just doing Peter Hooley things. No, look, I think the scouting report is the Cobras can shoot 3s, and DeMarcus Gatlin getting fouled on that layup attempt. But look, the Cobras can shoot. They've got such talented shooters out there. Surely Coach Leon would have to have known that, you know, that's something that he's going to have to deal with. But I guess it's just on the players now to execute during the flow of the game and actually make sure they're closing out on those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to take away some strengths for Kilsyth, which is, you know, Hooley pick and roll. He's very good at getting the paint.
Yep.
You've got to take some guys away in the open floor. Sean McDonald, the young guy, does a really good job of pushing the tempo for them and then finding the shooters in the half court and picking your poison on who it can be. And, you know, you'd probably pick your poison on Smith-Milner and Patton to start the game. And right now they're 2 of 2. So you've got to be, against a good team like this Kilsyth roster, you've got to be more disciplined, as we see AJ Williams try and shoot that lane in the full court there. And again, they end up with 2 feet in the paint. So against a team like Kilsyth, who are very structured, very organised, very disciplined team, and that's why they're 4-0. You know, the Supercats probably need to display a little bit more discipline in the half-court D. You know, be really solid in the pick and roll, not take those gambles that are going to result in more points and easy points for the Cobras too. Yeah, that's right. They're going to get theirs anyway. You don't want to make their life easy by giving them those absolutely free lanes and free looks at the rim. You know, I think the extended pressure is a great idea, but as you said, AJ just tried to shoot and get the steal and obviously missed, and, you know, you get burned on it. See Marlo Hicks isolated on the elbow now. Supercats offense a little bit stagnant to start this one, and something they did just such a terrific job of in Canberra in the second half was their ball and player movement.
Blythe for 3, corner 3.
Now this young man's had a really solid start to his first NBL1 season. He stepped up from Corio Bay in the Big V Championship last year and made the jump over across town to the Supercats. So
it's a great read on the steal.
He's coined himself the walking bucket, if you can believe it. So there's AJ Williams. Lights it up from 3, bringing the Supercats back to a 7-point deficit. Back to Colin Blythe. You know, he's a young kid, works super hard. He's got some confidence and some little bit of something else about him. And, you know, bright future for the young fella. I think he can really do some good things. He's got a good body type, long arms, lean athlete. So keep an eye on him over the next few years to really grow into this league. The walking bucket. The walking bucket. Amazing. Colin Blythe. Well, the last time I was here, Greg, I must say he was my call for MVP.
from that game. Defensively at the run out at the end of that game, he was amazing, and I think it goes towards his work ethic, as echoed by you.
AJ Williams knocks down another 3, and he's got a little bit of something for the crowd as well.
Yes, he does.
That New York swagger. He's certainly not Corey Homicide Williams, but he, you know, you hand him a microphone and he's not shy, the young fella. So good to see him get off to a good start as Supercats cut it back to a 6-point deficit. Smith Milner for another 3 as Supercats get a stop, and now they can push.
Yeah, AJ looking to do what he wants to do there. He's going to line up another 3, I'm feeling.
Well, Lewis has a mismatch down low. Oh, good switch from the Cobras there
Marlo
on the
Hicks.
backside of that.
Bit on the fake, hard to the rim. Marlo Hicks gets his own board, throws a fake, a nice 2. And all of a sudden, the Supercats pushing back hard, only down 4. Great steal, Marlo Hicks. Williams looking to push.
This is where the Supercats are great, and Gatlin can get up in the open
and
floor.
one.
And one.
That's Supercats basketball right there, out in transition. Super athletes. Great play by AJ Williams off the steal from Hicks.
We've got some fresh bodies coming in for the Cobras. Felix von Hoff checking into the game for the first time.
Can shoot.
He can. He's also a very avid podcaster, as we would know. Him and Mark Worthy and Corey Homicide Williams. Each week, you know, on the Sports Bet podcast, they do a great job of that stuff. So check out that product when you get a chance, covering everything NBA, NBL, and they don't hold back.
No, it's very open and honest, and that's what we want. That's what we're all about here. Again, extended pressure from the Supercats. Looking to just slow the run of the Cobras. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
There's Von Hoff wide open at the top of the key. Comes up a little short. DeMarcus with the rebound. When the Supercats can get out and run and really create, get 2 feet in the paint early in transition, that's when they look good.
Yeah, absolutely right.
We have a turnover there from DeMarcus. It dribbles off his foot, but you know, once they get in the half court, they've got to get the ball moving side to side, create second and third penetrations where they can, you know, get guys into positions of strength, trying to penetrate on that first side when that Cobras D is all set, and you know, just waiting for that penetration from DeMarcus. Really like to see him get the ball reversed, get to a second and third side of offense, and then attack from there through the low post with Marlo and Lewis on the back end of offense. Yeah, no, absolutely, and Kilsyth doing a great job as we see Patton scoring 2 on the block there. But no, the Cobras are doing a great job of containing and helping. DeMarcus just walks into a 3 there, and he has shot the ball more confidently this season than I've seen in the past. From you know, my armchair up in North Queensland, watching the former Siebel League from afar, and you know, he works hard at his craft. DeMarcus, he's you know, to his credit, he's in the gym every day, working on what he's deficient at, and you know, the feedback that he gets. So really been super impressed with him as a professional in my first 3 months here. We see a little bit of a tangle off the ball there. Off ball. Lewis Thomas and Felix von Hoff. Just exchanging a few words on the way down the court as well. That's what it's all about here in this NBL1 action. Back down onto the block. Patton looking to go to work. Another open 3. Benjamin Ersic knocking down the 3 on the extra pass from Odyssey. It's a 3-point shootout here at the Geelong Arena. Crowd's loving it. Cobra's looking up 6 at the moment. 3 minutes to go. And what has already been an entertaining first quarter is Blythe off the dribble. AJ Williams, can he cash in another one? Yes, he can. 3 from 3 for AJ Williams to start this first quarter, and you know, cuts the lead back to 3 after it jumped out to 11 early in this one. So Supercats chipping away, doing a good job, getting some stops now. As we see Patton back on the block again against Liam McInerney, and Peter Hooley just slips behind DeMarcus Gatlin there for another layup, and that's what he does so well. His IQ through the roof. It's what's enabled him to be a really serviceable NBL player for a few years now. And so one thing we missed there, McInerney on and Hicks was off. So McInerney's coming just as the big body for the Supercats. 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. It's amazing to watch Hooley play and go about his business. As you said, the IQ level is through the roof, and his ability to just control what he's doing as well as the team and the tempo. You know, it's a great asset to have, and it's just one of those things that some players have and some don't. Von Hoff looking to light one up. AJ Williams with the big board for the little fella. Supercats can push in transition. They get Thomas isolated on the block against Von Hoff. Going to work, and we've got a foul. Von Hoff extended the elbows. No, look, it's both teams looking to initiate their offense out of the post.
getting those big bodies involved, but obviously then releasing some of their three-point shooters. Both teams have great weapons there. Substitutions on both ends, for both sides. We've got a Willie checking in for the Cobras.
Michael Rabula. Gatlin isolated on the wing now.
Penetrates wonderfully. Fouled on the way up. Tough call, Von Hoff, that's his second.
Gatlin will get to the line for the second time. One thing that he probably needs to improve on is how he shot the ball from the free throw line to start this year. Again, on Thursdays, 1 of 4. I think he might have been 3 of 14 last week, and he finished with 29 last week against Eltham. He had 20 at the half. And was just incredible as he knocks down 2 for 2 there, and he's really pleased with that. So, he, like I said, he works hard at it, just got to be more consistent at it in game, and all of a sudden he goes from a 19 to 20 point a night guy to a 26 to 28 point a night
big
guy.
Difference, isn't it?
It's a huge difference.
Turnover there, great defense from the Super Cats.
Little zone there from the Super Cats just to change it up. Which is good to see from Leon O'Neill, bringing some Michael Rabula into the game. They go to that zone and get a stop out of it, and expect to see a little bit more of the zone from the Super Cats. It's what really brought them back into the game against the COE on Thursday. They changed up in the second half with some zone D and some extended pressure, and just ground away in the half court. Allowed less than 30 in the second half, I believe, to that COE team after they had nearly 50 in the first. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, and it's about that disruption, and I think if you can get a good zone down, as you said, extended pressure, as AJ Williams.
Well, that was a little heat check, I think, that one. We got a foul on the Super Cats. Cobra's ball out on the side here.
Von Hoff took that board with intent and purpose and was not going to let anyone else get it. I'm not saying that he threw an elbow, but certainly he made sure no one was near him. But it's willing out there, and that's what we want from both sides. Do some high screen, double screen action from the Cobras. A Willie on the block. Certainly a handful down there. McInerney doing the best he can.
I think that's good defense from Leo McInerney there. I think he stayed straight up. Willie tried to initiate the contact there and just muscle his way to the rim. McInerney maybe just dropped those arms a little at the last second, but I thought he did a pretty reasonable job there, and he's still debating the call, and I'm not sure he's going to get him anywhere, but we can always ask the question.
We can always ask the question, absolutely. Have a chat, just clarify. Look, I don't know what else McInerney could do in that scenario. Realistically, I think he, like you said, was played pretty straight up. So Willie knocked down the first. But the ref saw otherwise, and so be it. 46 seconds left in this first quarter. Cobras pushing to a 5-point lead at this stage. A little bit of back and forth. I think it was that quick start from the Cobras. That's the difference at the moment. Super Cats have certainly settled off the back of some great shooting from DeMarcus Gatlin and AJ Williams. The zone here from the Cobras. Lewis Thomas doing a great job.
Tough.
Might have been goaltending. Not called.
Well, Thomas has struggled shooting the basketball last 2 games. He was 3 of 15 on Thursday in Canberra, and a little bit frustrated with himself, and he struggled to open up tonight here as well. So I really like to see him get some deep paint catches and get some easy finishes, and also get himself to the foul line where he's a really solid commodity from the foul line, and feel good about himself, and all of a sudden those tough fadeaways and the different shots that he's taken will start to fall. So
exactly.
Just work a little bit harder to get the deep catch and get yourself some easy finishes, work out of the pick and roll a little bit more, particularly with Gatlin and Williams, who draw so much attention in ball screen situations when they're getting on the rim, putting pressure on the paint and creating those extra pass situations. So positive comeback there from the Super Cats. Really good job from the Cobras to open up in that one. Jumped out to an 11-point lead early, and the Super Cats chipped away to get it back to 5 at the end of the first quarter. So, this one's really hanging in the balance right now. Yeah,
absolutely, and it's that's only the first quarter down. There's a lot more basketball to come out of these two teams, and talking about Lewis Thomas, you're absolutely right. It's just about finding that rhythm off the basic things, off the simple things you can get done. Get to the free throw line, get into that action that you're comfortable with, that you know, your teammates can create some space for you on, and then it is just, you know, that adds another weapon out on the floor. And you know, he's a talented kid. He knows how to play this game, and
absolutely,
he knows what he needs to do.
He's been really successful in this league for a number of years now at Hobart and at Mount Gambier.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's been to big games and you know, performed consistently at the Siebel level over the last few years. So you know, there's no doubt that he's going to find his way through a little tough patch in his first season as a Super Cat. And you know, he is also carrying an ankle injury that he picked up on Thursday, so probably not feeling as bouncy and dynamic as he would like. And you know, as we see him on the bench right now, ripping the tape off and readjusting the shoes. So hopefully he's okay, and he'll be back in the game this quarter. And we've got the commentary merry-go-round here at the Geelong Supercats game is going to continue, because we've got an Australian opal about to slip into the chair, and Sarah Blissarf, she's just feasting on some lasagna as we speak. So when she's finished her post-game meal, Sarah's going to slip into commentary for the next quarter or so. And you know, it's been a fun night at Supercats basketball so far. So
it sure has, and I appreciate you spending the time with me here.
Well, if you're lucky, I might come back for the second half.
Mate, I can. I'll try. Well, I don't know. It depends. I'll ask Sarah to stick around before I ask you to stick around.
If I can get back for the second half, here's a debate we're going to have, Brad.
Sure.
What is the Premier Winter League in Australia?
I'll stop it. Really?
Now, we've spent some time in North Queensland in Mackay, and you know, you've seen championships won in the QBL. I've been lucky to be a part of 5 QBL championships up in Queensland. So there is a raging debate at this level in basketball in Australia. What is the best winter league in the country?
Look, I'm going to have to think on that one, and when you come back.
Well, when I come back, you can mull over that, and we can have a robust discussion in between breaks in play.
I guarantee that's exactly what it's going to be.
It'll be robust, because I know you're a typical Victorian. You're opinionated. You're very proud of your state, which is fair enough.
Well, as I should be, mate, because we're the best state in the country.
You're probably a Collingwood fan too, aren't you?
No, mate, Richmond Tigers.
Oh, there you go. It's been a rough year, hasn't it?
As we see, DeMarcus Gatlin.
Oh, no comment, Brad.
Sorry.
Well deflected, as we're back into the real action here. You know, Toby Smith-Milner's down in back play at the moment. He's
took one to the face.
He doesn't look healthy at all, the big fella, and we might have to get some attention to Smith-Milner as he's still down. You know, he's caught one in the snoz.
Yeah, certainly doesn't look well at the moment. I think he might have.
That might be a HIA. Now, if you watch rugby league, you understand that, Brad.
What are you talking about, mate? What's this? Mate, in the sport, in the real sport, AFL, that's just a fair bump. Play on.
Fair bump, play on?
Play on, mate. I don't know what he's worried about. Just suck it up.
Sarah Blitzarves is ready to step into the chair, so I'm going to vacate as we've got Peter Hooley's on the mop too. This bloke can do it all. So I'll let Sarah Blitzarves step in. And
thanks, Vandy. Catch up with you later on.
We'll chew the fat in the second half.
Sounds good. So as we get the floor cleaned up, as Toby Smith-Milner has made his way to the bench just to collect his thoughts. Cobra's up 5 here with 9 minutes 30 seconds off the clock. Cobra's in control here at the moment, 11 seconds on the shot clock. An open look there for McDonald, coming up short. AJ Williams looking to control the tempo here. Marlo Hicks back on for the Super Cats. Well, AJ having a look. Strikes a beautiful mid-range too. As I welcome to the mic the Opals, the Australia's own Sarah Blixarves.
Australia's own. Oh, big title. Thank you. Yep. I'll stick with Geelong's own. How's
Geelong's
that
own, absolutely. No, fantastic game from the girls.
It was. It was very rough, very physical. We all feel like we've been a bit kicked and beaten up, so we're just trying to recover right now.
It certainly was intense, and on the call, we could see it from up here, and geez, it was a fantastic game to watch, though. You girls really played well. Both teams did, as we see DeMarcus Gatlin continue the hot shooting.
Just going to throw in my own comments right now. I'm rapt to see DeMarcus hit a three-pointer because he works so hard at trainings, and I train with him a lot.
Yep.
And he can hit them in trainings. He just hasn't brought it into games yet. To see him actually have the confidence without hesitating and making that three-pointer, yeah, absolutely rapt for him.
As we see McDonald hit a 3 of his own, and No, look, it's interesting you mentioned that. Greg said exactly the same thing.
Oh,
I
there
think
you go.
he's such a talented an athlete, smart basketball, and he's got that work ethic that, you know, he wants to get better. As we see another three go up, and it's just the hot shooting from both sides continues. As Cobras are just holding on to this 3-point lead, looking to get back into some post action. Milo Hicks on Patton. The referee.
Bit of a cheap call, hands in there.
Don't reach, young man,
I
don't
learned
reach.
that from tonight's game.
Yeah, how many fouls tonight, sir, for you?
Oh, for me, only 3, I think.
Only 3.
But there was a lot of hands fouls, a lot of complaining, and I understand now to not put my hands in when it comes to defense.
Yeah. Move the feet, right? Move the feet.
Exactly right.
As we see another foul committed by the Super Cats. Milo Hick. Oh, sorry, McInerney. No, look, there was certainly having a great battle between you and Lauren Nicholson. It was fantastic, and you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar once or twice.
Great drive by Peter Woolley.
Absolutely.
I think that's been the big scout for these boys tonight. Let Peter Woolley shoot from outside. Don't let it drive.
Don't let him get anywhere near the rim.
John Marlowe.
Marlo Hicks. Picking up some easy points.
The most laid-back post player I've ever seen that does so much for a team.
Yeah, look, I certainly, the first game I called and saw him play, as honestly, this is just amazing three-point shooting from both sides. He never looks flustered. He's just going about his business, just playing basketball. And, you know, he'll be banging bodies. Marlo Hicks just goes about and does what he does. Gatlin missing on that 3. Kilsyth running the exact same set, just on the opposite side. No doubt looking for an open shooter. Hard show from McInerney. Interesting.
Great help defense by our boys. Unfortunate there. Also, though, Owen Odegy, not a 3-point shooter, so you'd much rather him shoot from outside than anyone else.
Amazing you said that. Greg said exactly the same thing, and that is his second for the game.
Okay, I did not say.
From exactly the same spot. So dare I say the scout, either he's gotten better or he's just having a good night. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I apologise. I was ice bathing during the first quarter. I didn't see that.
No. Look, it's certainly I watched some video on him before tonight's game, and Odegy wasn't an outside threat, and yet he's knocked down 2, shot them confidently, as we see an offensive foul from the Super Cats. An illegal screen there, I believe. So the Cobras are going to set up here, holding now a 9-point advantage. Oh, there's no box out there from the Super Cats. Lucky to get away with that one.
That hurts, playing a zone and letting an offensive board happen.
Lewis Thomas met at the rim by Smith Milner. Lewis Thomas with the cleanup. Another 2. Great defense here from the Super Cats. They've certainly adjusted. Woolley going to work.
I like Cohen Blythe being on court too. I think
Yes.
he's really stepped his game up and proven himself. He's only young. That's unfortunate right there. And I cannot stand 3-point attitude by Chris Patton right there.
Yeah, look, that's great pass there from AJ Williams. Marlo Hicks with the soft touch. But look, you know, there's certainly a bit going on out there between the guys. There's certainly a lot of energy, and, you know, it's certainly willing. It's really just a carryover from the women's game, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I feel like there's an unwritten rivalry between Kilsyth and Geelong Super Cats, both women and men. I know for us, Kilsyth seem to be our bogey team. We seem to lose to them during the season a lot, and then obviously beat them in the finals when we won that time. But
yes.
I even feel it with the men, that Kilsyth versus Geelong Super Cats, it's a big rivalry.
Yeah, there's another feeling about it, isn't there? There really is just this, you know, it's an intensity that, I mean, they're always intense games, but like you said, there's some rivalries. Woolley just
wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling. To no surprise of anyone that watched it.
No.
It's, you know it's going to come, but still gets it off. 10-point advantage here for the Cobras. 4.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. So 2 hands on, immediate foul call there for the hand check. Chris Patton. His first substitution for the Cobras coming in at 12. So Patton on that note checks out. Willie checks back in. for the Cobras. Interesting, I was watching a Willie at the men's national netball tournament last week. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is new.
Representing Victoria.
Good on him.
Yeah.
What position?
Goal shooter.
Oh.
Goal shooter.
How'd he go?
Oh, it dominates. He's just an enormous man.
Beautiful shot by Marlowe right there.
Yep. And he's got that in his repertoire, yeah?
Absolutely.
Beautiful touch.
So goal shooter of netball and now the centre for the Kilsyth basketball.
Correct, absolutely.
That's exactly what we want. Peter Hooley shooting a 3 from outside. Job, DeMarcus.
A good 3 feet behind. As AJ Williams wants to dial in another one. DeMarcus Gatlin going upstairs. Saves it. Putting Marlo Hicks under a bit of pressure. Hooley on the break. It's a great stop there from the Super Cats. Can they turn in transition? DeMarcus. Oh, DeMarcus Gatlin.
And this run straight back to the other end of the floor. Good on him.
Just gets up and puts it down. Gatlin puts an exclamation mark on that one. There's a timeout here at the Geelong Arena. It's on its feet. Sarah Blitzarves got out of her seat on that Gatlin dunk. Unbelievable. Cobra's up 6. 3:55 to go, and that is just exactly what the crowds come to see, and that's what Gatlin can do. Out in transition, super athlete, and then bit of a smile and a wink to the crowd on the way past into defense as well. So
we are guaranteed to see at least one of those incredible dunks every game from DeMarcus.
Yes, yes.
Fast break, there is no stopping him with that.
And he wants it every single time as well. You know, there's no hesitation for him. There might be one in front of him, but he's still going to try and take off and put it on his head.
Just in this timeout, can we just acknowledge this super fan in front of us?
Oh,
We've got Grandpa down in front dancing with his
walking stick.
With his walking stick.
There's no holding this Geelong family back.
This is what it's like in Geelong, you know? DeMarcus does one amazing dunk, we get the whole crowd hype.
Absolutely
Incredible.
Right. This is one of the amazing things about Geelong Arena, I'll be honest.
That's the best thing I've seen in a week, I think. Was he at our game? I hope so.
He was, actually. He was.
Put him in the Supercat suit, I say.
Oh, look, we need to get him out there. I think half-time, we'll get the Supercat up here and make sure that we get him down there. So it's look to come out of this timeout.
Felix von Hoff is now on, I think. Owen Odygy is subbed off.
Yep.
Felix, the shooter, I missed the first quarter. Has he hit any from outside before I say anything?
Yes, he has.
Okay. Obviously, the scout, Felix, can shoot the ball from outside.
Can shoot the ball very, very well. As Hicks commits a foul on the attempted steal. That's the 15th foul.
I have a little funny story about Felix, actually. I was speaking to him the other day at 3-on-3 camp, and he was saying that he has the worst track record for a rookie in a first game played ever in NBL.
Oh, really?
He said that he got, I think it was, I could be wrong here, but 3 minutes. He missed 6 3-pointers.
Oh, no way.
In that 3 minutes and then got subbed straight out. My first thought, though, was what rookie shoots 6 3-pointers in 3 minutes? Where's the confidence come from?
Well, you know, he was either going to sink or swim. You know, he just thought, I'm going to get my shots up here, as evidenced by 3 minutes. That's a great look.
Pass by DeMarcus.
So Cobb is showing his own there and easily broken up by the Super Cats. Extended pressure again. 0-6 and he gets pulled. That's fantastic.
Incredible story. One of the best I've ever heard. Just love the confidence.
Get your shots up, young man.
Yeah. He thought, this is my time to...
Who knows what might happen.
This is my time to shine. I'm going to take it.
As Lewis Thomas absolutely bricks a 3.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. He missed the 3 just as he airballed it.
Another one that I'm super impressed with, though, is Lewis Thomas. He's so agile for his size. He's so quick. Can shoot, can jump shot, can drive. Incredible player, I feel.
I was lucky enough to call the Raiders game down here at the Geelong Arena, and fair to say that when as we see a foul there, Gatlin going to the rim, he met Cedarian Rains at the rim and blocked his shot. I was up out of my seat, nearly went straight over the top of the desk. It was phenomenal.
You were out in the crowd with Grandpa.
Oh, absolutely. Walking frames at all. We were all up out of our feet, but just a great indication of exactly how athletic this guy is.
Yeah.
You know, for a guy that size, of what is realistically a slight frame, but super strong, very smart, and able to play very, very at a very high level.
Surely he'll be trying to get a spot in NBL, I feel.
Yep.
You know, this is a season to prove himself, and he's doing well.
And this is I think the real value of this NBL1 league is it's an elite league that is essentially just a proving ground, or not even a proving ground, just a way for NBL players to still play at a high level in readiness to come back up to that NBL squads.
Yeah, big time, and it's just improving every year. And you know, we're getting a lot of WNBL and NBL players now dropping down and playing during the winter, and even some imports now are starting to pick up. So it's definitely a great league, great to be seen in as well.
And it's by having this set up, it allows younger talent exposure to elite training habits, elite players, their mentality, what it takes to actually play at the WNBL or WNBA level, to play for Australia, to actually get an opportunity to learn at the coalface, on court, be a part of it, and I think it's just been a great endorsement from Basketball Victoria and NBL partnering. And I think it's only going to go from strength to strength.
Yeah, definitely.
From this year onwards, and even it's the 4th round, but I think the uptick in discussion, viewership on the YouTube channel through the NBL, it's showing exactly how valuable this is.
Nice to see DeMarcus Gatlin hitting a free throw. Sorry. Again, do we have his stats on his free throw shots?
We can find his...
It's all right. I just know he's been struggling with that a bit. He's definitely got nervous hand when he shoots his free throws, and he's psyching himself out a bit. That's a great cross.
AJ
just
hurt
lost
himself.
It.
No,
just slippery floor, slippery shoes. We'll give it to Lewis, though, and Lewis will do something.
As Gatlin nearly pulls down the rebound over a Willie. But no, look, Gatlin's showing no signs of, missing at the moment. His free throw looks good. His stroke from the outside has looked good tonight, even mid-range. Obviously, he lives by trying to take it to the rim. Great steal by Hicks.
Can we get 2 highlights?
Gatlin. And one. Great patience. Tells the crowd, that's the and one. This is my house, baby. This is what it's all about. And I think, you know what, right there is a great sort of show of what Gatlin is all about. We saw an enormous dunk on a fast break in transition, but there he recognised he had the defender, get that foul, get that easy and one, and all of a sudden it's only a 2-point game. Cobra's up.
To finish under the pressure, though, that's something as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's hit another.
Free throw.
He's going to be loving this.
Thanks for the and one, DeMarcus. Off you get. As Rabula checks in, but it'll be a timeout. With 1:41 here at the Geelong Arena. It's a 1-point game. Cobra's up. And so far, it's just been a spectacular event for this Anzac Day round in the NBL1. And how's the knee, Sarah?
The knee, yes. It is actually going super well, which is so nice for me to say for once.
Good.
Yeah, just getting better and better with each game that I play. It's taking me not as long to warm up anymore. Recovery is becoming easier.
Fantastic.
I think just moving out on court now, I finally feel like I've found my place out there, and I can jump now, and I'm still working on getting my speed back, but compared to when I started, it's so nice that I can get some fast breaks again. And
it's all those small wins, isn't it? The little milestones.
It is. And look, I could go on and on about it for a year straight, but there was just heaps of setbacks, and now that I'm back playing, I'm still not back fully, and it's like, for me, I consider it a 2-year process rather than, I was out for 13 months, I'm back. No, I've still got another 7 months to go in my process, and then hopefully I'm, back / even better than what I was. So
absolutely. Look, I have no doubt with your work ethic and commitment to that improvement, I wish you all the best, and no doubt, you will be bigger and better things,
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I do like seeing Geelong men press up the court. I feel like they do that super well. And
force the turnover.
When we played up in Canberra on Thursday, they were down by 22 points at halftime. Threw a press out, and they just rattled the AIS. Such length in their arms, and they play in the lanes super well.
and watching the spacing, they understand each other very, very well and where they need to be as we see a turnover. Great defensive hustle on the way back to try and recover. Foul's called though. Rabula, I believe. But yeah, just to watch the Super Cats set up in that, well, three-quarter court pressure.
Yeah, the 1-2-2.
Yeah.
Having DeMarcus Gatlin in the front line as well and his hops.
Just that ability to read where it's headed, being quick enough to get there, and then having all the lines working in conjunction is a beautiful thing. So
having ever so laid back Marlowe in the key.
Yeah.
Watch out for his presence.
Just casually watching what's happening, and then just, oh, I'll grab that one. I'll take that one. As we see Ersic hitting 2 of 2. Extended pressure here on what looks like a 2-2-1 from the Cobras.
Back into a zone.
Trying to chew up some clock. The Cobras showing a 2-3 zone.
This is where it's going to be great for Cohen to learn a little bit of leadership and, you know, work on his experience now that he has to actually control the team and put them in their zone offense after a press. It's going to be good for him.
No, absolutely, and I think this is the intensity of both ends of the floor because they have to work so hard on defense. As we see, Smith-Milner splashes another 3. You know, for Cohen, it's the ability to work hard on the defensive end, but then have the wherewithal to.
Got to look at that, Cohen.
They got to absolutely look at that. Lewis Thomas
will
look
at that.
He's not shy. He'll let that go. With 10 seconds left in this first half action, Cobras looking to close out on a high. Hooley. There's the steal.
Great stop.
Marlo Hicks.
That's
on the buzzer.
Marlo.
Oh! Marlo Hicks really drains an improbable 3.
I wouldn't be shocked if that went in. I would not be shocked.
He just glided through, just silky smooth. Just didn't go down. But as we close out the first half, the Cobras holding a 6-point lead over the Geelong Super Cats in what was been a very, very eventful and hot shooting start from both teams. Sarah, how have you found coming off a game on Thursday to then front up again today on Saturday?
Yeah, for me personally, it's the first time I've done that with my knee. So actually being on a plane to then play the next day to the fly back. But I spent all of Friday and even this morning recovering, muscle ball, rolling out, ice bathing. So I actually felt okay today, a little bit of heavy legs, but I think with our depth on the bench and Herbie's, I think he's got great rotation knowledge. So it was a lot better for us. I think we got a lot of subs in. We found our groove out there, and yeah, it wasn't too bad, but you could see we were a little bit more tired, I guess. We weren't as in the lanes as we normally are or up and about, but I'm really wrapped with how the girls went and how we kind of held strong and persevered, especially towards the end, because yeah, they could have easily got off. They have a lot of great shooters and also, you know, a great inside presence. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it went.
No, absolutely, and I think it's going to hold true for the Geelong Super Cats men tonight as well. You know, it's never an easy task, especially after such a tough game against the COE. As you said, down 22, and they've come back and won by a point. I think it's a wonderful effort. So, you know, both teams tonight shooting just phenomenally from outside at the moment. You know, turnovers sitting at the side of Kilsyth, you know, with 7 turnovers at the moment. But look, it's setting up for it to be a fantastic second half action between both teams, and you know, I was shooting over 50%. The Cobras for 3, 59%. I mean, 10 of 17, that's phenomenal.
It's relatively the same, though, and you know, for us to only be down by 6 points, that's really good
quite
effort.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, no, absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see how Kilsyth go when Isaac is back in the mix as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Broken hand?
I'm not sure.
I
just
think.
Saw him in casual clothes just then, and I was like, he's obviously not playing.
So I believe the commentary, I think if it's the right player that I've got there, that he broke his hand, he played the next game, dropped 30, and then realised it hurt a bit, so he went and got it checked out.
As you do, yeah, understandable. You know, broken hand and dropping 30 makes so much sense.
Phenomenal, but that's what the good players do, right?
Maybe he just couldn't be bothered, you know. Just thought, you know what, I might have a couple of game break. Yeah,
that's right. I'll just, you know, let someone else score for a bit. But no, look, it's been fantastic effort by both teams at the moment. You know, DeMarcus Gatlin, 20 points at the moment, just leading all scorers there for the Super Cats. Patton with 15 and, you know, doing some great work on the boards as well.
It's nice to see AJ with 4 assists because he does a great job of scoring. He can hit the 3 and all that, but it's nice to actually see him getting some passes off as well. And our boys scoring off those passes.
And that's what it's about, right? It's about, you know, you can get the position, you get the play, but it's about just making sure you can knock it down and supporting your teammates and, you know, everyone being on the same page. So as we walk into half-time, around 10 minutes to go before we resume action here at the Geelong Arena on this Anzac Day round 4 for NBL1. We'll take a break and we'll join you back shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Brad White here at the Geelong Arena for this clash, this Anzac Day round 4 clash between the Geelong Super Cats and the Kilsyth Cobras. And it's an absolute honour for me and a privilege to have Satina Akuso joining me in the commentary box. Welcome, Satina.
Thank you, thank you.
After what was a very, very intense game of basketball. Yeah, tough Kilsyth team, huh?
Yeah, they were very competitive and aggressive, but I think we played to their level as well and fought back with them. So yeah, it was good. It was good to come away with the win. Yeah, no,
absolutely, and certainly watching it, I think you girls sort of showed signs at the start of a bit of fatigue from that Thursday game coming back. Obviously, a 2-day turnaround's quite quick. But then, like you said, you lifted your intensity, you came together and really matched it with the Cobras girls, and what was a fantastic game to watch. But certainly filled with a few interesting moments, both ends. But to come
very interesting.
But to come away with the win's obviously a great thing, and so it was great to watch you play out there, and you and Ezzy seem to be working really, really well together.
Yeah, I really enjoy playing with Desi. We both read each other really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a really good teammate.
Yeah. And it seems you have a great, I guess, connection with your guards as well, whether it be Ducky or even Shelley as well. There seems to be a great cohesion amongst the entire group.
Yeah, so just as a team, we all gel and we all get along really well, so that really helps us with the on-court stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, really cool.
No, that's fantastic. So as we look to get set for this second half action here, the Cobras holding a 6-point lead at the moment over the Geelong Super Cats. And so we've seen a few highlights from DeMarcus, which is pretty standard. AJ Williams has just been lighting it up. So
they're playing really well.
I'm anticipating something pretty special from at least those two. As we get underway here, Kilsyth Cobras in control. Looking straight to the low post. Gatlin nearly coming away with the steal. And Patton on the easy putback opens us up. Cobras now out to an 8-point lead. AJ Williams controlling things. Nearly a steal there, Lewis Thomas. Might have got away with a walk on that one.
Oh.
Gatlin nearly picking up another rebound. Oh, great pick off. And the finish, DeMarcus Gatlin showing us those hops. Woo-hoo. That is a great steal. And then met at the rim by Smith-Milner.
His bounce is incredible. It's crazy.
Phenomenal, right? Yeah. And it's quick ups, man.
Yeah.
It's fast. And Smith-Milner.
Great D.
Straight up D there. Patton with a big bit. There's some big boys down there. The level of intensity certainly hasn't backed off since your game, I can tell you. That's what we've come to see, and that's what the Geelong Arena is enjoying at the moment. To see McDonald having a look. Goes into Patton. Cooley to the rim.
Oh, man.
Foul here on Lewis Thomas, I believe. Slap on the arm. Talking with Sarah earlier, and I guess the scout on Hooley is really keep him outside the 3-point line, keep him out of the paint, keep him off the rim.
He's real crafty with his handles.
Yeah. He's smart.
Yeah. As
well as athletic, which helps. So as he makes his first, that's 2 quick fouls for the Super Cats. He's got to be mindful of that foul count. Extended pressure again from the Cobras, albeit a token pressure, just to chew some clock. DeMarcus Gatlin going to work, explosive move, up and under. I'm not sure McDonald even knew where he was to start with. You see Cohen Blythe teeing up, Marlo Hicks, that's a great
nice
back
pass.
cut. Oh, get that out, Lewis Thomas says no. It's going to do Lewis Thomas a great deal of good, I think. Cobra is full of great shooters, and it was a hot shooting first half from both teams. Great no-look pass.
Oh, nice pass.
Blocked by Smith-Milner at the rim. Cooley showing those handles again. Great touch there, deflection. Lewis Thomas, a bit unhappy. I think he missed that layup. You'll have to have a word to him next time you see him. Tell him to dunk it on someone's head instead. So talking off air, you were thinking maybe an international basketball, chase at some point?
Yeah, it's definitely been a thought. But I'm just looking to better my game, improve a lot more, and see where it takes me.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to say that, you got one of the best coaches that...
Yeah, definitely. I've been working... one of the major reasons why I wanted to come to Geelong is I wanted to work on my shooting, and Herbie's been really helpful with that.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Yeah?
But I love my left.
Yeah.
With the left hook.
I saw that a few times, and that's I'm like, oh, are you left-handed? But no, you certainly like going to that spin as we see a foul on the Cobras on Hooley. I think for the Super Cats here, I think this is where they can make the biggest impact between AJ and DeMarcus, putting pressure on the Cobras guards as we see a 2-3 zone from the Cobras to penetrate and kick or penetrate and dish to their bigs.
Yeah, because they definitely got shooters in the Super Cats.
Marlo Hicks picking up the foul there over the back. Third foul here for Hicks. Geelong have done a really, really good job every time Kilsyth have gone into a zone, a 2-3 zone, of actually breaking it down quite well. They position really, really well. So I think it must be a staple of certainly the Super Cats organisation, because it seemed that when the ladies Cobras team did something similar, you girls were able to break that down and diagnose it very quick. Who's the most vocal in calling out the defensive set? Is it the bigs or is it the guards?
Oh.
Question without notice.
Oh.
You're going to say the bigs, right?
Yes, definitely the bigs.
The guards don't see it. They don't know what's happening.
Nah, they have no idea what's going on.
I'm sure Jazz and Alex, they won't be listening to the broadcast. Pull it to the line again.
Think otherwise.
As a guard myself, it was always an interesting dynamic, just because they can be two very different perspectives on exactly the same moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're in an offensive structure, the guard's looking, downhill.
Yeah.
Generally, the bigs are looking back uphill. And so, oftentimes as a guard, even though you're meant to be directing traffic, it's actually important to be listening to what your talls are saying. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, nice move by DeMarcus.
DeMarcus Gatlin just rising up and over.
Yeah, he gets so
nice
much airtime.
Yeah. It's like he's got as much time as he wants up there just to figure out what his next step is.
Legit.
So Cobra's still up by 6 though.
Nice pass. Oh.
Gatlin being called for a foul on what I think was just all ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ref saw it otherwise. Is a tough call. So the Cobras holding a 6-point lead here with 6.5 to go. As we have Odoji, my apologies, to the line. Misses the first. That is the first miss for Cobras tonight from the free throw line. They were at 100%. Phenomenal shooting. It's easy money though, isn't it? Did you miss any tonight from the line? Of course you didn't. The answer's no.
No way. Sharpshooter.
Gatlin again with the clean up. Gatlin with the and one. Making sure everyone knew about that one as well. It's always phenomenal for me to watch as we see DeMarcus Gatlin looking for the and one here. The rebound lead is DeMarcus Gatlin, one of the smallest guys on the court. He's racked up 5 boards. It's just phenomenal. But he's got that aggressive nature that he just wants it so bad,
28 points.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We're not even at the three-quarter time yet.
No.
Another foul here, though. On DeMarcus. Yeah, that's big. That's his third. With 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
He's got to be careful now.
Yeah. Coach O'Neill, keep him on or take him off?
I reckon he'll keep him on.
I think DeMarcus is smart enough to understand the situation he's in. And
definitely.
I think Leon's got that trust, definitely. As Hooley strokes it first. Hooley with 18. Make that 19. Extended pressure again. AJ Williams has gone quiet here a little bit.
Oh.
Hit 3 threes, yeah. We got him watching.
That hezzy.
Gone to Lewis Thomas
Nice.
again.
Oh.
Lewis Thomas cannot hit anything tonight. The effort is there. Gets rewarded for that effort now. He's going to go to the line. After the foul by Patton. So I was talking with Greg Vanderjack earlier on the call, and he was saying that, you know, Lewis Thomas just doesn't have the stroke at the moment. The shot's a little bit off, a little bit awry, and you know, I think we were saying, as you could see there, that was well short.
Yeah.
Got to get his legs back under him, I think. But it's the effort plays and the defensive end that can really bring you back, and then getting some of those bread and butter as he hits the second, the bread and butter moves in that offensive sets, you know. It can really help you bring your game back. Great defense here from the Super Cats. Cobra's executing well. It's an open look. Normally you'd probably hit that. Smith Milner. DeMarcus is going straight at Hooley. Amazing, interesting no call. I suppose Hooley was straight up there. Cobra's looking to come the other way. Got to be so wary of these shooters. It's an offensive foul. That is a great setup. McInerney is in the right spot, had his feet set. Odeji picking up the offensive foul. He had bad intentions on that one. McInerney was there first though. Willing to put his body on the line. Gets the turnover. Still down 6, the Super Cats. I think the stops like that though are really going to help. They've just got to now execute. They're putting on some foul pressure though, with four fouls on the Cobras here. Still plenty of time to go in this third quarter. Cobras sticking with that zone.
Oh no.
Bit of a miscommunication there from the Geelong team, forcing the issue. I think that's where Cohen Blythe needs to shoot that. Or he's at least got to have a look, maybe even look to penetrate, just to get the Cobras thinking about him. Because at the moment it just seems to be all about sort of Lewis Thomas, Gatlin and AJ trying to create. It's Cohen Blythe, checks out. Nathan Friend checks back in. Friendy, first minutes for the game. Some fresh legs. Well, nearly a turnover. Cobras also had a substitution there. A Willie came on. Certainly mindful of that outside shooting. Oh, unfortunately, tried to reel it in. That was great D though. Great second help too. McInerney was beaten, but there's help on that back end. It's always nice when the bigs come to help. Great inbounds play. Well executed by the Cobras. They extend the lead out to 8. That was Ursic on the make. Gatlin. Friendy. Lewis Thomas. With the alley-oop to McInerney. Just McInerney didn't realise. I'm trying to cover that air ball. I said earlier in the call that Sarah got upset at me that he threw up a brick, so I'm not going to say that again. Don't leave him open. Oh, and one.
Man.
If he hits it. See, for me, the leg came out on the release. For Smith Milner, bit of the Kobe Bryant leg out. They'll line up for 3 shots. So what do you think, Zatina, at the moment is the biggest area for your improvement? What are you working on yourself personally?
Personally, just shooting.
Yeah. Mid-range layups.
Yeah, mid-range.
Mid-range, yeah.
Yeah. And just tweaking my post move game. Yeah.
I guess it becomes much easier to be a strong post player when you've got at least an average to good mid-range game. Yeah,
definitely.
Defender has to respect you.
Yeah.
So then you can take him down to the block and try and put that on him a bit. Yeah. So what's the best way for you to then improve on that? Is it about repetition, or is it about the mechanics? Is it just about literally just getting into the gym, just getting up shots?
I think it's mechanics.
Yep.
And technique. Just got to improve my technique on my shooting.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were on the block at one point and you just had the ball hand. You were palming the ball. Is that right? Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And you just showed it to the MJ out there, cleared everyone out, and then I'm going to go to work right now.
Yeah, the girls pay me out for doing that a lot. I don't mean to do it.
Yes, you can. Why not?
Yeah.
Does it affect your shooting? I'm assuming your hands are probably obviously big enough to palm it. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like I forget to let go of the ball because my hands are so big.
Of course.
But yeah, she'll be right.
Look, at the end of it, it's a strength. Don't ever think it's not. So we see a miss there from the Super Cats. Certainly getting pretty willing out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of banging on those rebounding contests, that's for sure. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Super Cats looking to trim back this deficit. AJ. Not a bad effort from Friendy there to try and secure the offensive board. AJ's got to get his shots up. He hit 3 threes in that first quarter. Really sparked the crowd as well. So we see Von Hoff. He does that very well. as he celebrates because he'd missed the last couple. But timeout Super Cats as the Cobras extend their lead to 14 points. What do you think Coach O'Neill's talking to his guys about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly.
How do you stop this Cobra squad? You know, it's I think there's depth of talent there that they can sort of take you inside, take you outside. But you know, from what I've seen, these Super Cats guys are ultra talented. You know, and they've got that hustle and intensity. It just seems to have backed off this last quarter, though. It doesn't seem to have been as expressive and as intense as they were in the second quarter.
I think if they just keep looking to get stops, they'll get their offense out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, look, they're certainly a transition team, the Super Cats. They're best when they're out in the open floor. And dare I say, because AJ and DeMarcus are putting pressure on, on the defense, but it's those trailing bigs or the other trailing players that are actually going to get the cleanup there or get those easy opportunities. And that's those easy buckets. I think if it's going to be a grind, the Super Cats might find it challenging to get over this 14-point deficit, I think. Go back to what you're good at. Like you said, get those stops and at least run it out. Just run, put pressure on them and just try and, claw back bucket by bucket. Easier said than done. Cobras are 4-0. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. AJ Williams in control for the Super Cats. Cobras showing a 2-3 zone again.
Liam working on the inside.
Working hard too, AJ. And the foul. Foul's been called. Coach Schuler questioning the ref. Albeit very briefly. 3 shots here. That's well orchestrated play out of the break there by Coach O'Neill. Get AJ going again. Hits his first. As I look down the box score here, AJ hits his second. So AJ with 12, DeMarcus with 28. Of the current 5 on the floor, though, no one else has scored. I think this is where the Super Cats have got to start spreading the offensive load a little bit. So one thing they saw success with was extended pressure, the Super Cats, in the first and second quarters. I think there was a token effort there, but they've gone to a 2-3. The Cobras are just great shooters, and I think Smith-Milner, mid-range, that's a free throw. He'll take that all day. So I think they've got to get back to that intensity of the Super Cats. Justin Schuler will call him.
Nice pass,
Friendy, open look. Geelong Arena will lost its mind. Tried to keep it in. Great effort though, and that's what they need, the Super Cats. They need that extra effort. YMCA playing in the background, the Geelong Arena pumping as always. Great hands from DeMarcus.
Nice tip.
Here we go, out on transition. To Marcus, fantastic finish.
Great take.
Over the top of Smith Milner. And that's what we're talking about, yeah? Get out and run.
Yeah.
YMCA's working.
The defensive pressure has definitely lifted from the Super Cats.
100%. O'Willie on the block.
Oh,
Early double.
trap.
Fadeaway baseline from behind the backboard. It's a 1-on-3 here. Marcus says, I'll still take it.
Oh.
Had no runners with him though, that's unfortunate. A minute and a half to go here.
Nice seal. Oh.
Oh, O'Willie
Tough.
just put it up an absolute brick. He just placed it on the rim. Surprised he didn't dunk that, to be honest. The ref has adjudged that Cobra's ball.
The boos from the crowd.
The Geelong Arena expressing their displeasure at that call. DeMarcus getting a breather. Cohen Blythe back on. 2-3 zone for the Super Cats. Just a pause in play. The referee conversing with the score bench at the moment. Not sure what that's about at this point. So 11 points down, a minute and a half to go. Super Cats have got a bit of work. You want to close this gap as much as you can before three-quarter time. At least carry some momentum. It's going to be a massive fourth quarter, but you know, trim that gap. It only needs to be 4 or 6 points.
Got to get a stop here.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Cobras execute very well.
Patton.
Super Cats look a bit slow at the moment. They look a bit lethargic. Another foul called here on Nathan Friend.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call. Both teams now on 5 fouls. 5 team fouls. Should send the Cobras to the line. Which at this point you don't want to send them there. 95%, 18 and 19.
Patton with 17 points.
Odeji to the line. Makes his first. And coming back to that score spread, you look at the Cobras, the 5 on the court at the moment. Patton with 17, Ersic with 7, Hooley 19, and then McDonald and Odoji 3 and 8 respectively. It's just a much better spread. It's not all relying on a couple of players. So they hit their second, extending the lead to 13 points.
Fly with it.
Cohen, good to see him penetrating. 4 on the shot clock. Hicks has got to get it up. Oh, it's money.
Tough
The
shot,
silky touch, Marlo Hicks. And as always, just as stoic as ever, just said, yeah, that's just what I do. I just hit twos, just get buckets. I've been told that Cohen Blythe calls himself the walking bucket.
Oh.
And the and one on the 3. Incredible stroke there from McDonald.
It's a nice shot.
That is a beautiful shot. Foul on Cohen Blythe, getting underneath the shooter. The ref having a chat to Leon O'Neill. Just telling him just to settle down, coach. Let us referee the game. Well short, McDonald. Crowd lets him know.
AJ with it.
45 seconds left, third quarter. 14 points in it. Super Cats looking down the barrel here.
Hicks.
Quick call there by the ref. The blocking foul. Marlo to the line. Chris Patton there, picking up his 4th foul. It could be interesting. The Willie back on. No doubt for, Patton. So we see Marlo Hicks. Just goes about his business. Same expression the entire time. He's just smooth. As he hits his first. Like it ain't nothing.
Oh.
Short on the second though, surprising. 30 seconds to go. Cobra's looking to push the push the tempo a little there. McDonald relocates.
Nice contest by Bly.
Great contest. Last shot, third quarter here. AJ will set him up. Shot clock's turned off. 13-point deficit. They're going to get a good look out of this.
Oh.
It's not what they were looking for. Way too much dribbling. I think they left their execution a little late there. Cobras almost got another shot up. So as we close out the third quarter, the Cobras are holding a 13-point lead over the Geelong Supercats, where I think the Supercats just sort of let them back in there. I think they just dropped the intensity a little, and the Cobras are too good. They just made them pay. So I think they've got a bit of an uphill battle, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you. You're going to stick around for the fourth quarter?
Thank you. Yes, I am. I will be.
Fantastic. No, that's sensational to have, I guess, players like yourself come up and be able to talk through the game, and it's very different to what you see on the screen versus what how it actually plays out. So
it's fun.
Something a bit different, huh?
Yeah.
So I just want to make a special mention. It was actually mentioned at halftime here at the Geelong Arena, but for the viewers at home, just in regards to the Geelong Supercats under-14 team that actually just went undefeated at the Oz Champs. It was a massive effort by those boys, and they were well applauded and recognised at the halftime here for their efforts. I think winning any championship is impressive, but going undefeated doing it, it's a phenomenal effort for kids of that age. And I guess the experience and exposure and that kind of level is going to be something that'll be with them as they go forward, which is fantastic. So with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter, three-quarter time, impressive shooting from the Kilsyth Cobras, and I think it's going to just have to be hard work here from the Supercats. Just put that effort in, and just grind out and just start chipping away at these points.
Yeah.
So, who would you go to? Who's going to spark it up on the men's team for the Supercats, you reckon?
I'm thinking DeMarcus Gatlin.
Yeah?
DeMarcus Gatlin's going to get it going, and everyone else is going to come along with it.
I can see a direct. I'm an East Side boy from Eastern Melbourne, so I don't venture out of Geelong too much. But when I watch these games, there's a direct connection between the Geelong Arena, the crowd here, and the way the boys play. And definitely probably the ladies too. You girls.
Yeah, we definitely get our energy from the crowd as well.
And I think if this crowd can get involved through guys like DeMarcus and AJ and the rest of the crew, even the bench, I think it's going to be a very different game. So well short there. The Cobras come away empty at the first possession, pushing the pace. I'd say that Coach O'Neill said to them, all right, boys, it's time to pick it up.
Yeah.
DeMarcus goes to work at the post. This is fantastic. Said, Hooli, you ain't got nothing there, baby. I'm going to go right over the top of you. We get the first points on the board for the Supercats. It's round 4, Anzac Day, NBL1 clash.
Oh, man.
As McDonald just strokes the three on the return. 52% from three as the Supercats turn it over.
Oh.
Ursic says, now it's my turn. It's cross court. Not picked up. Cobras settle in. Another look there for Odeji. Zone here, it's a 3-2 zone.
Nice pass.
It's a huge breakdown. That's a great look.
Nice pass by McDonald.
Easy bucket for Smith Milner. Currently on 17 points.
Hicks. Oh.
Bit of a clear out. Soft 2 though by Goodwin. Great intensity there. It was a great second cut. Rabula's on as well. Fought it back to 14 points. Cobra's in control though. Geelong certainly has amped up the intensity,
ODG
but
with the dishes it out. Can't get it to drop.
Goodwin, great board as they push the pace. AJ says, my turn. Fortunately, couldn't make it.
AJ with it.
It's an interesting non-call by the ref on that one. Might have been over the top. Cobra set it back in. Here's Hooley. Bueller playing defense, just banks it in. It quietens.
Nice by Hooley.
It's a soft touch in it. Under pressure.
Yeah.
The Geelong Arena goes quiet, sensing that the Cobras might just run away with it.
Oh,
Great
nice
fake by Hicks.
Blocked.
By Odeji. 4 on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock. Shot's got to go up. Marlo Hicks. Shot clock violation. Didn't get it up in time. Great defense there from the Cobras. Coach Schuler very happy with his Cobras there, getting that stop. Ursic checking out.
Supercats need to get stopped here.
Stop and run. We've got to get some points back on the board, otherwise it's going to run out of time. 7 minutes to go. The pick and roll, high pick and roll action.
Oh.
Hicks stood his ground. He's a big, strong man. Picks up his 4th. A murmur through the Geelong crowd and a couple of select commentary from some of the patrons here, just in regards to the refereeing. Either way, Odeji to the line. Makes his first. And this is what you want to see out of any team. You know, this, as a coach myself, 91% from the line, this is easy money. If they want to put you there, you make them pay. This is the second, though.
AJ.
The intensity's right. I think it's just the timing. They're rushing a little bit in offense. Yeah. They've just got to get it through some hands. Try a different look. You know, what they're doing at the moment isn't working, unfortunately. 3.5 gone in this 4th quarter. They're expending a lot of energy. They've got to get some points on the board, the Supercats. Call there from the ref. Might have been just a deflection from Marlo Hicks out of bounds, I'd say.
Hooley. Oh.
With 3 on the shot clock. Hooley with a quick release. Goodwin pushing the tempo. Oh, Gatlin looking to dunk it right over the top of Smith-Milner. Now the baseline referee has actually called Cobra's ball. And the call stands. Discussion between the refs.
It's a tough call.
That's a very, very tough call. Certainly everything going Kilsyth's way at the moment. Up 17.
Nice pass.
Great entry pass. Another foul call from the refs there. It's on Marlo Hicks. And that will be his 5th. As he sits down. And I think for the first time tonight,
Joshua Tang.
Josh Tang. Can he be the spark the Supercats need? Just to at least claw this back, I think just for themselves. He gets his first touch.
Oh, nice take.
It's a great move there from Mark Goodwin. Brings it back to 15 points.
Goodness.
Smith-Milner looking to make his mark. It's called for the offensive. Lewis Thomas might be hurt there, I think. On the baseline, grimacing in pain. Might either be winded or might have taken a shot to the ribs. As a timeout is called from the Supercats. Lewis Thomas hunched over in pain. Hopefully nothing too serious. Hopefully just took the wind out of him.
Yeah.
Certainly Smith-Milner, he
looking for a body.
Looking to send a message on that last play. Don't think he took too kindly to Gatlin trying to put one on his head, wanted to return the favour. So some work to do here for the Super Cats, 5.5 to go. As Footloose play blares here at the Geelong Arena, looking to spark up this crowd who've gone quiet as the boys are looking down the barrel a bit. But there's still plenty of time, Zatina. If you're a player right now, what's your mentality? Don't smile at me like that. You going to cash threes, or what are you doing?
I'd be looking to get stops and then pushing the ball and moving the ball around on offense.
Yep.
I think they need to move the ball more.
So I think it's an interesting sort of paradox. You've got time isn't on your side, but you want to use a bit more of your shot clock when you've got the ball. Like you said, shift the defense a little bit.
I think they're just forcing a lot of shots up.
Yeah, yep.
Instead of exploring everything else.
So Lewis Thomas is he's actually off to the sideline being attended to by the trainers here. Looks very uncomfortable. Don't know if we'll see him again tonight. We'll wait and see. Hopefully, as we said, nothing too serious. So McInerney's back on. Oh,
Liam
look at
with
it.
a 3.
Comes up short there. So I'd say the Cobras are more than happy to take their time just to execute their offense. I was going to say that's a high pick and roll, but it wasn't at all. Milner was not interested. Patton down low. Quick double there. Great recognition.
Oh, nice ball by DeMarcus.
Pushing it on Patton.
Oh my God!
Oh, DeMarcus Gatlin sent a message, took off, and just absolutely planted it on the Cobras.
Damn.
DeMarcus Gatlin doing everything he can to fire his team and this crowd up. I am literally out of my seat, Zatina. I do not know if I'm going to sit down again, girl. That was incredible.
That was wild.
Woo!
He took off.
He took off. That is phenomenal, DeMarcus
He's feeling super hype right now, though. He's feeling himself.
Is he what? He will single-handedly try just to take over.
Beat down by Patton. Oof.
Patton just does what he does.
It's a nice finish.
Let's just see if everyone's going to look to DeMarcus again. McInerney had the roll there, had the space. For Justin Tang, be confident, young man. Not a bad take. You could probably shoot that 3. So as we settle in with 3 minutes 45 to go here in this game, still a 15-point deficit. Cobras in no rush. So leave. Another stop. Now they need to score. The Super Cats have got to get some points on here. Great hezzy. Milner says no to AJ, but picks up the foul in the meantime, stops the clock. It's probably a good result for the Super Cats. I'm just going to be watching the replays for the next 3 hours once I'm done here of DeMarcus Gatlin play. I had the pleasure of DeMarcus.
Jeez. That was so nice.
It was. You see AJ at the line, 1 of 2. You know what? Stops and scores. If they can pick it back in the next minute, they might actually still be in with a chance here.
Oh,
Missed
Gatlin.
a second. DeMarcus chasing that loose ball. Couldn't convert. Full court pressure here from the Super Cats. It's an absolute must. They're going with a 3-1-1. Just trying to burn time as well as disrupt this Kilsyth offense. It's all about that recovery though, yeah?
Nice.
Great deflection there from Goodwin. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Certainly served the purpose for the Super Cats. Odeji looking through to McDonald. McDonald looking to score off the drive. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Patton took all of that 2 seconds as we see Gatlin surveying the court.
Oh.
Looking to create. Liam McInerney. So AJ, let's go with the 3. Unsuccessful there. McDonald with the rebound. So it's all quiet here at the Geelong Arena. Zatina, do you reckon they got a chance?
I reckon they still have a chance.
There's always a chance, absolutely. It's only 14 points.
Oh!
Justin, in what probably would have been a good steal, called for the foul. So we see a big substitution there from Coach O'Neill. Gatlin and Williams checked out.
Take a break.
Taking a break with 2:28 left in this. Going with a very different guard lineup now, the Supercats. This Patton gets another 2 in the paint. Nathan Friend controlling things here for the Supercats. Cohen Bly. Justin Tang. Ooh, take off the dribble. Got him too.
Quick.
Great take there from Justin. He's very quick first step, huh? Tang. Foul there on McDonald. That's his second foul. Josh Tang goes to the line. Cobras with substitutions of their own. Dealman's coming on. Mitchell Dealman. Ben Ersic also checking in as well. So Josh Tang making the second there.
I think the Cobras might run away with this one.
Look, I think with a minute 50 and how potent this Cobras lineup is, I think 14 points is a hard ask for any team. Goodwin looking to push the pace. Unfortunately, the turnover there. Both teams looking to check in a couple of the young fellas. As Von Hoff with another 3. But I think it's important now that the Supercats still execute. They still run through their sets, even though there's Rabula is short on them mid-range too. They still need to execute. They still got to play. Because O'Willie just gets a clean up too. So with a minute left here with this Supercats Cobras game, Josh Tang to the rim again.
Oh.
Unfortunately, just left that short. He got there. Dealman showing the Jets. Short on the layup though. So it's going to be a convincing win here for the Kilsyth Cobras. Just through some amazing shooting. Great structure as well. Smart Goodwin cleans up his own shot and put back. Brings it back to a 17-point deficit. And the Cobras will just be happy to see this one out now. It's never easy to win away, but the Cobras have played well. Dealman's showing a bit of flash there.
Oh.
Run hard at the rack there. Friendy, but unsuccessful. And I think the last, probably 5 minutes, the Supercats just couldn't get the points.
No.
They were getting some pretty good stops. But unfortunately, they just couldn't convert. So the Kilsyth Cobras have come into the Geelong Arena, silenced the crowd, and will run away with it. 17-point winners here on this Anzac Day, round 4, NBL1 clash. It's been a fantastic evening of basketball. The Supercats women taking out the first game, but the Kilsyth Cobras coming away with the men's game convincingly in the end. Shooting an amazing 44% from 3, and it's been an absolute privilege and been great having you in the commentary box with me for the second half.
It's been heaps of fun.
Thanks for heading down. I'm looking forward to everything you're going to do for the rest of the season, so all the best.
Thank you very much.
And for everyone at home, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast, and a big thanks to all of our sponsors here at Geelong, as well as the NBL and obviously Basketball Victoria. So I hope you've enjoyed listening. Looking forward to seeing you again on the next time on this NBL1.